Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Dacia and we are here today to do the plant pooling crochet, also called the Argyle crochet. And let's get into it. Really easy, guys. So here's a finished project. This is a scarf, and if you notice, the plant pooling is where you get these beautiful diamonds of different colors in the yarn running through your project. Okay, and this particular one I used the Soft Secret ombre from Hobby Lobby, and in this colorway it's called Blueberry Hill. So that's one project there, and we put that out. And I have another color yarn from that same Soft Secret, and I guess any one of these colors can be used to do it. However, today we're going to be working with the Super Saver pooling yarn, because yes, they do have some yarns out there that are particularly just made for pooling. And if you can find it, then go ahead. Why not? If you're going to be trying for the first time, go right ahead. So this is what we'll be working with today, only because we have the project going, and the colors are so brilliant that you will see the differentiation in colors and in the scarf. So let's get started, guys. What do you need to start? You need, I'm using the eye crochet hook, and I'm using the Red Heart Super Saver pooling, and this particular color is called Carnival pooling, and I'm from the island, so we love our carnival. All right, what do you need to know to start? One, thread. We have gone through the pooling yarns and the ones that I've used, and I know they work for pooling. So if you want to go out and get those, you can. Other than that, it's any yarn that has several changing colors that are not too long. So you notice these are probably 8 inches, somewhere between 8 to 10 inches long. And that's what you're looking for in the yarn. Not the ones that are so long in changing, then those would never pool for you. To start, we are going to just chain. Where do we start our chain? That's where the question comes in. Okay, so if you notice, at the very beginning, we have this pink. Now, we're not sure if this pink is all of the pink. So I usually recommend not starting with that first color on your colorway, but maybe the second, or if you're particular, any color further along, any one that is, you can see the full length, start to finish. So I'm a bit of a stingy yarn person. I don't like to waste my yarn. So I'm going to start with the very first full color I have, which is the yellow. And I'm going to load this up onto my hook. And I'm just going to make that starting chain, load it up, and making sure that my first chain, ready to go. You know, that starting loop is not counted. So this first loop is in the color I'm starting with. As best as possible, as close as possible, you can go. In the long run, it won't matter if you miss a little bit or if it's not exact, but as close as possible. And then I'm just going to crochet chains throughout. Now, don't mind me and my chains. I hold my hooks several different ways just for my comfort. Sometimes it gets really painful if you hold them in just one position all the time. But all we're doing now is chaining. What's the objective? What we want to do is chain right through this yarn until we come back up on yellow. So remember, we started with yellow here. We're just going to go through these color changes, and this is why I say it's very easy. Some people say to count. I do not count. I just crochet through until my starting color comes back up. And that's what we're doing. So chain through, chain, doesn't matter how many, chain, just chain loosely. I like when my scarf has a little stretch to it, little bounce, so I don't crochet tightly. especially on foundation chains. So I'm just going. And I think I see my yellow coming up. So we are doing chains and we are watching for when that yellow, and look at that. If I pull this through, here's my yellow on my hook. This is where I want to stop chaining. What I'm actually going to do, I'm going to take that yellow off of the hook and I'm going to leave it right there. So I know that the next stitch I make would have taken me back into yellow because that happened just now. But I'm just going to take that stitch off the hook. And now I'm going to turn. And guys, the planned pooling is worked using moss stitch. And to begin a moss stitch, we go and we're going to put a single crochet in the 4th chain from the hook. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're just going to put that single crochet, and here's that beautiful yellow that we've been looking for. It came up on the hook and we have our first stitch in yellow. Our first single crochet is in yellow. Now we're going to chain 1, and the moss stitch, guys, if you do not know it, is really easy. What it is a chain 1, skip 1 single crochet, skip 1 chain, pardon me, and put a single crochet in the next stitch. Chain 1, skip 1 chain, 1 single crochet in the next stitch. Chain 1, skip 1, 1 single crochet in the next stitch. And we're going to do this across. Not all the way to the end, but guess what? We are going to look for the return of the yellow or whatever color you had chosen to start with. So chain 1, and guys, go right ahead. Chain 1 and crochet all the way across until that yellow comes back up on your hook. That's it. And we are doing that. We are not counting anything. We are just going through and we're chaining 1, skip 1, single crochet. And feel free, jump ahead in the video. You do not have to stay here and crochet with me all the way till my color comes back. Chain 1, skip 1 single crochet, 1 chain, then single crochet in the next. Chain 1, skip 1 chain, single crochet in the next. Chain 1, skip 1 chain, single crochet in the next. Chain 1. Ooh, here we are, guys. We're back. Where if I chain 1 right now, it's going to be, we're back, and the next stitch would have been in yellow. See that? What I'm going to do now is turn. So we're going to chain 2 to turn. Chain 1, then 2, and here's that yellow, guys. And we'll turn, and we're going to put that first single crochet of the next row in that first chain 1 space. And now this row is chain 1, single crochet in the next chain 1 space. Chain 1, single crochet in the next chain 1 space. Chain 1, and we're going to do that all the way across. This time we do not have to wait for the return of yellow. Notice, I just want you to see this here. If you notice, we have the width of our scarf. Okay, so that is why we can just continue now without having to look for the color change or anything. We're just going to do moss stitch right throughout this project, and the yarn is going to do all the work for you, and with one thing to watch for. So don't worry about this extension here of chains that we didn't use. Yes, it is supposed to be there. That's exactly how it happens every time. Don't worry about it. At the end of the video, we'll tell you what to do about that. So guys, just go ahead and single crochet through. I want to tell you the only thing that you're going to have to look for when you're doing planned pooling. In planned pooling, the idea is that every 2 rows, your color is off by 1 stitch either to the right or to the left. Okay, we have come to the end of round 2, and we're going to put that single crochet in that loop that was made with this when we skipped 4. We're putting that single crochet in there, then we're chaining 2, and we're going to turn for round 3, and we're going to put a single crochet in that first loop, and then we're going chain 1, single crochet in the next, chain 1 loop, chain 1, single crochet in the next, chain 1 loop, chain 1, single crochet. And I think we've started to see some of the pulling already. Sometimes you don't see it in the first few rows, but if you notice here, this white is just 1 stitch off of that white and gray stitch. And let's go a little further. Chain 1. Let's do this up to maybe say 4 rows. Then I'll show you how it starts to form these beautiful diamonds. All right. Here's another example. So where the blue is, notice how this blue right here is 1 stitch over from this blue, 2 rows down. Same thing. This blue, 1 blue down. This pink, 1 pink down. And I want to show it to you on the bigger project that we have going. If you notice the diamonds forming, so diamond straight lines, so they are either converging or they're diverging. Either they're going out or they're coming in. Now, if they're going out, then each time to the right of your project, you get the stitch is 1 off from 2 rows down. Here's the white, and the white is not going to be, the white ends 1 row across, and so on. For the yellow, for the, which one here is good? White again, white, then 2 rows up where the next white comes, it's 1 stitch across. And that's it. And it usually falls into place. Once you have done those first 2 rows where you change the color, it falls into place. We chain 2 to turn, and we put a single crochet in the first stitch, chain 1, turn. Here we go. So look at that. This yellow, 1 stitch away across from this yellow. Can you see it? Can you see it? Yellow, and where the yellow in this row ended, 1 stitch across. So on top of this yellow comes the white, which is 1 stitch across from it. And guys, that's it. No counting. Just chain 1 and single crochet in the next loop. Chain 1, single crochet in the next loop. Meet me in a few more rounds and I'll show you it just works up like this. On the next video. Let me know if this helped you. Thank you so much for joining. Subscribe. Leave your questions down below. I can probably make a shorter video just answering your specific questions. And guys, let's get to planned pooling. Thank you. So I told you that at the end of the video, I was going to show you what to do with your leftover chain stitches that we had at the very beginning. So here we are, and what we're going to do, and you can do this other way. If you want, you can just make a slit here. Just go through any one of the stitches and make a cut. Okay, what we want is to undo the crochets, and you can do it by hand or with your hook. Yes, I know I should be teaching you to crochet, not how to undo crochet, but in this weird world of planned pooling, this is how it is. And we pull and get it, and oops, I would put my hook in that last stitch right there, grab that to be safe, and now we're going to just pull on it like we would have pulled on the first thing and make that knot. So it's just about undoing until you get to either one stitch before the crochet, the end of the edge of your project, or that stitch at the edge of the project, pull it through and you will see it, and you just make your knot. Of course, to be super sure, you cut where you have enough length of yarn to go sewing edges. And looky there, we don't have any more chains left over. So now we just have yarn that we do regular leftovers, regular sewing in of the edges. And that's it. All right, thank you.